So observe the sand slash damage, okay? Watch it, watch. Oh, okay. He died. But
Woohoo! Welcome to Mario to Chess. Today we got two piranha plant and Luigi. No, of course not. This is actually Pokemon. This was all a ruse. I have rused you, and I have Golbat, which is not a Mario character because Mario is lame and for babies. No, I'm joking. I like Mario too, but don't tell them. Don't tell them though. All right. So who we got in this lobby is a bunch of very good top players, all 1300 plus. We have MTMM, which is like 1515. This guy's insane. And today is very special because if I win this game, I may land somewhere in the top 20. We gotta lock the fuck in for this one. And you know what I'm seeing here is several things because I have eyes. What I'm seeing here is I need to get rid of him. Can't play fire today. And we'll try to play poison because we have items that look pretty good for poison. Although, we could also play ground, which is why I picked the water. This way you can go either way. Choice scarf for poison because it'll help us apply the poison from poison auto attacks to several units. Or green orb for ground. It would make sense for me to play ground, you know, if I'm going to be going like for the top game of my life where I have to lock in. Let's see. Looking at all these items, I probably want a muscle band. Muscle band's really good. I have already another muscle band, and if we're going to be playing ground, muscle band's one of the top items. Top items of all time. Alright, it looks like a ground game. We already have this guy, you know, with this Weedle. But, yeah, okay, let's lock in. Let's play ground. And you know what the good thing is? Let me turn on the damage tab for all you damage tab fans out there. All your statistics mongrels. Great. The good thing with playing ground is I'll have all the time in the world to yap, because I know exactly what to do, so I won't, like... Ooh, the mic was down. The mic was down, man down. Okay, I hope you guys still heard me in the start of the intro. Ooh, let me slam my items. Okay, didn't have time, but it's fine. We're playing against Baby anyways. Thank God. We got bailed out on this one. Alright, I'll also try to note order of players. So the first was John. Let me get my notebook. Where the fuck did I put it? Ah, there it is. Grab my notebook right here. Right, so I'm going to try to apply whatever I talked about in my last video, you know, memorizing player order. So we got John Inteleon in the first round. Okay, let's see what we want here. Interesting. We could pick Diglett, just because Diglett's a good unit. We could do that. That remains an option. Gonna put this guy in. We could definitely pick Diglett. Let's see. Someone looked like they're going Ghost. Nope, not at all. Okay, everybody seems to be going Baby here. Yeah, we're just gonna pick this then. I want the damage. We're gonna do this, this, and this. Slam all my items, and good luck to my guys. And we could even do this. Add in ice. You know, gonna be a little boost to my special defense for the early game, which is always nice to have. And yeah, we have good items. We just don't really have anything evolved yet, so it's gonna be a bit of a problem. But anyways. Face John in the first round. Let's see who's going to be our second round opponents. It's Crescent Fangs. Alright, writing that down. Crescent. And you know what I want to talk about today? Yes, it's the return of yapping. I want to talk about scenariizing your life. Now, you may be wondering, Shlov, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, you have a little something that evolution gave you that's called pattern recognition. Now, what is pattern recognition? It's the ability to notice reoccurring patterns within things. Now, this is pretty vague because things can be anything, but pattern recognition might be, for example, I don't know. You notice that, like, I mean, you notice. I don't think anyone ever noticed that, like, singularly, maybe when they were 2 years old, I don't know, but that the sun goes up during the day and then it goes down, you know, the moon comes out and then the sun comes back up. That's a pattern, you know, that's something that happens every day, the passing of time, for example, right? Patterns can be anything, really. Let's say, I don't know, when you water a plant, it grows better than if you don't do it. I mean, that one's a little bit more complex than just pattern recognition because there's also, like, deduction and shit and, like... But you know what I mean, right? You know, everybody knows what pattern recognition is, you know? Even though I'm not giving, like, a clear definition. Ooh, we're gonna have to sell something here if we want to make 20 gold. Wait, maybe not. Hold on. Mudkip pulling up? Hell no. He's too good. He's way too good. But anyways, pattern recognition, right? And what that pattern recognition evolved for is most likely, so you could, I don't know, it's just helpful in the wild, you know, you can note, you can, like, make a memory of what berries are poisonous, you can know when, like, a situation feels dangerous, like when you feel like you're being stalked by a predator, something like that, right?
But here's the thing. We live in a modern world, and now we notice increasingly complex patterns in our lives. We learn stuff like math and whatever, and we tend to apply that pattern recognition and be rewarded for it, like in academia and everything, to a lot of stuff. And now here's the thing. Imagine you get unlucky, like a little bit, you know? Like, or a lot, you know? Imagine something terrible happens to you. Let's say you get cheated on, okay? And, I don't know, something else terrible happens, like, I don't know, man, it's hard to find examples like this. Okay, let me just, yeah, we want the magnet, I literally don't have a single other example. I don't know, you stub your toe, okay, that's really not, not at the same level, but bear with me for a second. You might start to think, if these events tend to pile up in a short amount of time, damn, I'm cursed, I'm unlucky, you might even make it personal, you might be, if something with me, I'm worthless, everything, but no! Things are subjected to random chance in life, okay? It's like flipping coins, you know? What you're doing is basically like you have gambler's fallacy. Gambler's fallacy is like, okay, I notice a pattern within a random event, mistakenly. Like if you're like, oh yeah, this coin, every 3 heads it does tail. That doesn't make any sense, that's not how coins work, right? Unless it's a rigged coin. But that's your pattern recognition working against you, right? You're overlearning, something where there's nothing to be learned, you know, you're seeing a fake pattern. Well, that's the same thing with life. Sometimes you get unlucky. Sometimes, like, I don't know, let's say you lose 2 games of Pokemon Auto Chess in a row. Yeah, that's a better example than getting cheated on, huh? That seems a little bit less extreme. You might think after that, I suck at the game, everything, like, I'm worthless at this elo or this patch, you know what I mean? No! Okay? I mean, you might be, honestly, who knows, but... Man just goes against his whole entire point in 5 seconds. But no, what I'm saying is, most of the time, you are thinking, you are, like, making a narrative arc of your whole life. Okay, just because bad things have happened in succession, maybe sometimes in the same situation, doesn't mean that it is doomed to stay this way. That's the message I want to communicate to you all today. Nothing is written in advance, okay? Unless you think there's a good reason that these things happened, like you can notice that something you did made those things happen, right? Like, there is no reason to think there is an outside force at work that's making you unlucky or something like that, right? Luck does not exist. Luck is like, I mean, luck exists, but within the context of one event. If you win the lotto, that's lucky, but that doesn't make you a lucky person. Luck does not exist as an intrinsic quality of a person. That's what I mean, right? It just doesn't work like this, you know? Perceiving someone as lucky or unlucky is a bad use of our pattern recognition. And so don't do yourself that disservice, right? Don't go and think you're unlucky, right? Just because, like, some unfortunate events have happened in succession or something. By the way, we're killing it right now. 100, no loss. Perfect items, just need maybe one more green orb would be really nice. Let's check. Ah, there's a ghost player. We're gonna need to make, Pokédoll. This guy, he only ever plays Ghost. I think I hate this guy. Oh, wait, never mind. What? Oh, he only had 2 ghosts in, like, Ghost in, but he actually took Thyzer, so he's not actually gonna play Ghost. Never mind! The coast is clear. The coast is clear. And I completely forgot to note the order of players I played against. Oh, no. No! Alright, annoying. And I also closed the damage tab. I'm terrible. Okay, anyways, yeah. Basically, luck or unluckiness is not an intrinsic characteristic of you, okay? You always have the power to change the things that made these things happen, like the things that you are doing that made those things happen, okay? There are unlucky situations, but not unlucky persons, okay? You are not a Netflix character. There is not a narrative arc that's written for you ahead of time, okay? You can escape those circumstances. Do not feel trapped. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope you guys got it. I feel like maybe it was a little bit messy, maybe a little bit not very clear what I'm getting at, but I don't know. It's okay. Boom! Ah, that feels good, you know? I hadn't yapped in so long, bro. So long. What can I say? I'm a yapaholic. If I don't yap for long enough, I'm gonna start tweaking. Okay, so we can add this and this now. We have round 6. That's pretty good. We should be thinking of replacing Marshtomb. You know, we should be giving those items to a better unit, but right now I don't really have anything to give it to. We can sell the Golbat. It has given us nice service through this game, but its time is over, sadly. And yeah, we're looking to level up even more, get to a high level, and get a Burmy, something like this. We have potential X-Ray, which is very good for either Burmy or Landorus, something like that. Although we already have perfect Zygarde items, so probably not picking Landorus as my carry. We win another round against this Korean guy. Sorry, can't speak Korean, can't read this, right? Who's playing Psychic. Psychic reroll, maybe Psychic Dragon? I don't know. It's like a little bit weird. Oh, free Wonder Box for us. That's really nice. Well, the Wonder Box round is really better when you're ahead, because when you're ahead, you're likely to have really good economy. Like here, I literally have 70-12 gold. I could take the Wonder Box and then spend 10 more gold, and I'm still on the highest like bracket of economy, you know? So really, I'm the one who's benefiting the most, especially since I'm already on a win streak. So this Wonder Box might reinforce my win streak, etc. You know. So this is a really good situation for me. Looks like we're headed to top 20, baby. Looks like we are. All right. I should really try to find something fast to use these, because the longer they stay in my inventory, the more wasted they are, quote unquote. But maybe not. Don't worry about that too much. We can sell this Mudkip and buy more, because we're gonna sell this. We're not like using Mudkip in the late game. There is a case for selling this Piloswine and giving those items to Torkoal. Honestly, he would use them better, especially the Wonder Box. But I don't know, I feel alright like this. For now, I don't feel threatened by anyone's board. Okay, just when I say this, an extremely threatening Azelf shows up with X-Ray and Punching Glove, with like huge scaling damage. Okay, looks like we're able to make it though. In fact, it wasn't close, honestly. Maybe I was worried for nothing. But we're back to John, which means the player order loops around, which means we're going to be playing against Crescent Fangs next. And then I don't know who else I'm going to be playing against, because I didn't note any of the other players. But right now might be a good opportunity to fix that and, you know, write it down on the next cycle. Alright. We pre-level here, you know, which means that every round you gain 2 XP for free at the end of the round. That means the next round I will be level 7. That means that my next shop free roll, because at every round, like, the shop rolls over, will be using level 7 odds, which was why pre-leveling is so good, you know? Always try to pre-level whenever available, because it gives you one free roll of, like, higher rarity, okay? Alright, we should win without too much problem against this baby team. The late game of this guy might be dangerous, though, especially if he got a Poplio egg or something on his bench. You know, Sound, always a scary team, especially against Ground, which takes so long to be strong in a round that it just gives so much time for free to other scaling comps like Sound, right, to go crazy. Oh, we get a Shellos. That is absolutely huge. Shellos is such a good unit. And we even get to play Groundwater for a little bit. Maybe we can make some money from it, you know? Okay. Need to check something, the additional picks. Ooh, Sentru is here. I would really like to have a Sentru. Even this late in the game, Sentru is such a good unit. Alright. Here, we can afford to roll a little bit. Why? Because we are so fucking ahead that, like, we want to conserve our win streak. Our win streak is crazy. It gives us plus 5 gold per round. That's insane. So we have great interest in, like, rolling here for excess gold and try to get stronger, instead of, you know, being like, I can wait, I can level up, right? You know, oh, water. Okay, maybe we finally do get to make a second green orb. If we make a second green orb, we are perfect. We do. This is just a perfect game, you know. It was all written in the stars. Okay, 2 seconds ago I said don't mistake, like, a succession of random events as making you lucky or unlucky, and then 1 second later I go against that, and I completely missed Hippopotas, which was a really good unit. Okay, we get this guy. That's insane. Why? Because that's a perfect recipient for these items. While we wait for Zygarde, that's exactly the kind of stuff I was talking about. And we can give this other green orb to our second tankiest unit, which is going to be Grottle. And yeah, we're looking really good right here. Okay, we should be able to reach level 8 pretty fast. We haven't hit any Burmies so far, which is a little bit... wow, some great additionals. These are both great. We can look for these, and Trapinch, that's the classic, like, quadrant that I want. Sandslash is actually such a great unit that even this late in the game, if I see Sentru popping up, I'll consider, like, replacing some of my units with it. It's just so amazing. But right now, we're definitely strong enough to beat anyone still. So, yeah, we're just gonna move on ahead, alright? Okay. Man, I have insane energy today. I have insane energy in this video. I don't know why, but it was just really sunny outside. I went outside, ate some nice vegetarian food with my sister. Like, they do crazy shit now. They do, like, you know, retextured soja or some shit, and no, soja is French. Soy. They do retextured soy proteins and shit, and it tastes just like meat, but you're not, like, you know, harming any animals, or, like, I mean, I'm not, whatever. Let's not talk about vegetarianism on this channel, right? It's not It's not. Oh, we're gonna lose actually. Damn. Okay. Well, I mean, it had to happen eventually. This is a pretty strong team. Dude, look at this though. That's actually crazy. Look at the Nuzleaf damage. It's just a Nuzleaf, man. This shit's pretty insane. Okay, we hit some really good units though. We're gonna get much stronger now. We can get a third Muscle Blend. Muscle Blend is like a really, really good item in ground. So there's never too much of them. But we could also get Upgrade for the Burmy. Or Punching Glove, also for the Burmy. I think I'm gonna get Upgrade. Ooh, sorry, Sack. Gotcha there. And I forgot to throw down the levels again. I mean, I'm not stupid. I just have ADHD, so it's hard. Like, I keep forgetting whatever I'm saying, basically. Okay, so we get some really good units we can put in here. This guy's really good. We can have him in there. Definitely good. I would put in Burmy if I had Trapinch to go with him, but I don't. Okay, Graveler comes up. That's actually pretty good. Graveler's probably better than this guy. Barboach is not such a good unit, you know? Yeah, we have good units. Should probably have the Torkoal next to the thing still. Okay, whatever. But anyways, when we really hit our stride is when we're gonna have ranged carries. So either Burmy or like a Landorus or something like that is gonna help a lot, you know? Because when you only have melee units, you know, they tend to get stuck on each other, etc. They don't deal damage optimally, stuff like that. They're very vulnerable to AoE, stuff like that. Anyways, we play against MTMM now. I have given up any hope of actually, like, figuring out the player order for this game. This is why you gotta pay attention to it at the beginning. But I was yapping, man. I was possessed by some higher force that just spread my gospel. And somehow this had nothing to do with religion, despite the choice of words I just did. Anyways, yeah. Really, really nice. Let's see. So this guy's the scariest guy. So we're gonna want to spec in Rock a lot, even though Rock does reduce critical damage, but it doesn't work for abilities. It only reduces damage. Oh, I know what he's going for. He wants to make Cleavor. Dude, that's amazing. That's really cool. I haven't seen Cleavor in forever. Ever since they changed the myth, ever since the Rock rework. Before, Rock used to give you, like, weather rocks that you could give to units, and it would give them, like, a secondary type, and Sizer would evolve from getting the Black Ogre, which would, like, you could just get randomly by putting in 2 Rock. Now you have to trigger the Eclipse Weather by having 8 Darkmons, and then, like, mouse the Black Ogre from your inventory over Sizer to make him evolve. But if he does manage to get Cleavor, it would be amazing. It would be really great. It would make for a really, really good video. I mean, I'm not the one playing it, but it still would. Okay, we put in 8 ground, so we spawned the max amount of ground portals at the next round, and yeah, that's it. We gotta pray to blend in a ground region for our last region, or else we won't be able to play Burmy, which, as you know, is my favorite ground unit, so it would be a little bit, you know, annoying if we did, but yeah. It's looking really good, though, because, again, if I get the top 1, I am going to be in the top 20 of Pokemon Auto Chess, and that's been, like, one of my objectives for a long time. I mean, okay, we get Razor Fang, that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. We definitely slam this, and we're going to give both of these to a range carry. We have several ground portals, sadly no double ground portal, but I think we'll be fine with anything we get. Like, we have the Red Orb for Groudon, we have everything, basically, so, yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. Gotta hope to hit a Rhydon, right? As always. To hit a Rhyhorn would be really, really nice. Because again, Rock gives you... Okay, we hit Landorus, that's not bad. And that's actually perfect, because we didn't land in a ground region. So we needed a range carry, and we got Landorus. So I'm going to take out the worst unit I have, which is probably this guy. And then this guy, we want to replace him with Rhydon when we get him. So I'm going to roll a little bit, try to get some better units here. Because all my items are still in pretty low value units, you know? So at this point, it's pretty good to just roll down and try to get some better, stronger units. We hit a lot of 5 cost, but no Rhydon. We hit a Ditto that's going to be useful for when we do find Rhydon. Yeah, I think we're going to stay on 40 here. We can definitely make a Whiscash, but we're going to hold off on that, I think. And yeah, hopefully we do well. It's going to be a bit tough. We might lose a few rounds here because, again, Nidorino, you know, not exactly holding up at this stage of the game. But, hey, looks like I was wrong. He is. He's not dying. Okay, we beat this artificial guy, which is nice. Artificial is always scary, so
Is Gullet in the game? It's not, so we can't get Ground Artificial. We can still pick up Baltoy because it's a good unit overall, but... Alright, we're gonna keep rolling. Okay, we get this, that's really good. Hippowdon is a really good unit, so if we can hit Hippowdon, that's really good. Keep buying 5 costs from the shop to increase the chance of hitting the 5 cost that I want. You know, if we empty the pool of other 5 costs, that's gonna be good. That's no longer useful to me, because I don't have Burmy in this game. Okay, we get another Ditto, which is huge, because that means, again, if I find one Rhyhorn now, I can make Rhydon right away, and that's gonna be amazing. We play against a team that's using Roaring Moon? I thought this guy was playing Psychic. Looks like it's not entirely clear what he's playing. Maybe he got his portal stolen and he just took Roaring Moon because he's good. And it was a good strat, honestly. Roaring Moon was his second best damage dealer here, so. Ah, there it is. There it is. The perfect Rhyhorn. Alright, now we have a bunch of Synergy Stones. I don't think we want any of these. Maybe the Ice Stone, because we can get Ice with Piloswine. Pokédoll could be good. Pokenomicon could also be good. I think I'm gonna go for Pokédoll, yeah. Again, no Ghost players, so we should be fine. Right. Right, everything is Gucci. We do this now. Boom, boom, we get a Rhydon. That gives us the Rock Synergy, which is going to be huge, because we will get the Sandstorm Rock, which gives us really useful scaling. I think we can sell this Piloswine at this point. Do this, and give those items to Torkoal, right? Maybe, and we can give a Pokédoll to him to make like the holder of the Green Orb tankier, you know. But we're definitely gonna sell him later for an evolved, stronger unit, I think. And yeah, that's gonna be it for now. No more changes to make this round. We play against Fairy now. Fairy usually pretty strong against ground because Fairy is a huge burst comp, and that's exactly the kind of comp that ground struggles against. You can see here they come really close to killing my Rhydon. And actually, no, maybe they do. They kill my Rhydon and they win, because the healing from Cresselia was just too much. We couldn't beat it. And somehow the Kirlia did a lot of damage too. What items does a Kirlia have? Let me check this board. Kind of surprised, honestly. But yeah, Solju, Cresselia, Kirlia was 4 Psychic, will do a lot of damage. That's fine though. You can see my board hasn't reached its full potential at all. I am not really worried at all. I think we should be fine in the long run. I think we can maybe forget about Baltoy. I don't know. Would I rather forget about Baltoy or Barboach? Whiscash, you know, not really a unit I use often, despite Whiscash being my avatar for a long time. Although I did change to Duck Trio now. Alright, I think... Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I think Nuzleaf, you know, he's not gonna hold up at this point in the game, but I was a little bit worried. I was half expecting the Nuzleaf to actually one-shot my Linders, but no, we did fine. Okay, nice. We are on a bird round. We can hang on. I don't think we really want to go to level 9 though, so we can still roll, right? Like right now we're just looking for more upgrades pretty much. If I went level 9 there, oh, okay, we hit the Whiscash. That's okay. That's decent. You know, Whiscash not the best, but that's decent. I don't think we want to play Dole. Maybe we can go for Torterra. Torterra's interesting. Alright, but yeah, he does have good base stats. His spell, you know, a little lame, but he does have good base stats. And base stats are important when you're playing ground. Because, you know, some tanky fat ass like Whiscash is gonna, like, soak up a lot of damage and protect my other units, you know. Even though his spell is likely not gonna do much of anything. We get a really good item here, X-Ray Vision. That's the perfect last item for my Lindorus. We can keep rolling. Sentru, even at this stage of the game, Sentru's good. If I get Sandslash, it's better than Grotto. It is. I swear it is, guy. I swear it is. Oh, okay. We're just gonna roll down because I'm not a patient person, okay? The best move would be to always stay above 50. You know what? No. You know what? I will be patient, okay? I'm breaking the pattern. I will be patient and stay at least above 40. We have plenty of health. We don't need to be panic rolling right now. Everything is fine. Okay, an Morph team, it looks like. But it looks like Lindorus is really just tearing it up. Tearing it up. Completely doing like a million damage. Lindorus is really good. You know, I always play with Zygarde. It's my favorite, right? But Lindorus is a really good carry. Like, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by my personal actions. Lindorus might be the best ground legendary. He might be. He might be. So, yeah, I think we're going to do this now. Sell the Grotto. Move the item over. You always want your green orbs to be on your tankiest units possible, because that means they'll stay alive, sorry, the longest. That means the green orb
regen will be applied for the longest, and that means you will get the most healing out of it over the round. But I will put back monster in by having Gibble, you know, so that my Rhydon does have the possibility to gain a little bit of monster stacks. Even though monster 2 doesn't like give too many stats, it's still like a small improvement. It can make a difference in some rounds. But really, this game seems really easy. There's not really like any comps that are super strong against ground, so this looks like a free lobby. The guy who was playing Fairy died. That's like the one guy that could be problematic for me, but yeah, he died. We can get... What can we get? We can get anything, really. You know what, I'll get a Lucky Egg, sure, why not? Just for the stats. Gives good stats. Armor and a lot of AP. You know, it's a pretty good item. We get a good bite. We can roll some more. Maybe we can go for Garchomp this game. We have a lot of money to spare, so... Yeah, we can't go for Rhyperior, though, because you need a shit ton of money to spare for that, and I don't have that much. Okay. Okay, the Garchomp Dream is possible. Oh, Sandslash, we hit it. Nice. Better than an unevolved Shellos. If I had Gastrodon, Gastrodon would be better, but this is actually pretty good. We can give the Lucky Egg to who? We could give it to Hippowdon, but it wouldn't really do anything. I don't know. Sure, I'll give it to you, because you scale off defense a lot, and it gives a lot of defense. So, observe. Observe the Sandslash damage, okay? Watch it. Watch. Oh, okay. He died. He died. But if he didn't die, you would have seen the huge damage. Okay. Okay. Was a little bit close. You know, you can see he's really fighting, but we won, and only one player left. MTMM. The best player in this round, in this lobby, in terms of elo at least, is the final frontier, standing between me and top 20. Will we be able to beat him? I want to say yes! Yes, we will, guys. Ah, he's emoting at me, but I don't have any emotes on Dugtrio. Let's see. Let's see how things go. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm leaving Graveler here in the corner, it's to act as a decoy. I want him to draw focus a little bit on him when the round starts, so that my other units have more time to scale, basically. Okay, okay. Nice. Very, very nice. Let's see, what is he playing? Electric Psychic. Artificial. So I want probably... Cleanstag's pretty good. Cleanstag's probably the best option out of these, if only for shielding. It gives a shielding, like, based on HP, and all these units have a shit ton of base HP, so it'll give them big shield. Big shield. Yeah, that's gonna be helpful. And yeah, I don't know, at this point we probably want to level up. Like, I was saying, let's roll for Garchomp for fun, but nah. Here's what we're gonna actually do. The secret move. You put in Porygon, because Porygon steals the top trait of your opponents, and that makes him so strong. Are we winning or losing? Right on having a fucking headbang contest here. No, I think we did win. Despite Landorus being whisked away by Honedge, we won. See, people say, ground's pretty strong, but it's countered by steel. Look at this amount of true damage, okay? Did it matter? It did not matter, okay? There is no ground counter, as long as you're the ground king, baby. And we should be in the top 20 now. I'll check. I'll check. Not certain. Let's see how much elo we won first. Ooh, 11. 40 and 82. I like the sound of that. 40 and 82. Alright, let's go check the top right now. I can't wait. I can't wait to check. Would that put me in the top 20? 40 and 82. Ooh, it does! Just above Grom, you see? Like, the list hasn't updated yet. It takes a little bit of time, but we made it! Top 20, guys! Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment for that top 20, baby! You can check out the May community poll in the description as well. That's gonna, like, allow you to submit your comps for me to play this month for the community video. And if you can afford to, you can support me financially on my TP. The TP link is also gonna be in the description. Anyways, thank you so much for all your support, guys. I could have never made top 20 without you. You guys were always egging me on to get better, you know, telling me my mistakes, everything in every video, and and giving me so much support. Like, I love you guys, okay? This top 20, it's not only my top 20, it's your top 20, it's our top 20, it's the top 20 of everyone here, and we're gonna go for top 1. That's right, just you watch out, Mudkips, we're coming for that top 1. Anyways, until then, I'll be seeing you guys next time. Peace.